The formula for calculating compound interest is A equals P times the quantity, 1 plus R divided by N, raised to the N times T. In this formula, A represents the total compound amount after a certain period of time. P represents the principal, or the original amount invested or borrowed. R represents the interest rate, N represents the number of compounding periods per year, and T represents the time in years. If we want to find the yearly interest rate and are given all the other values for all the other variables, we can modify this formula to solve for R, the yearly interest rate. This can be a bit confusing, so I'll try to go slow. We first divide both sides by P, the principal, which gives us A divided by P equals the quantity 1 plus R divided by N raised to the N times T. Next, we need to get rid of the N times T power on the right side of the equation. We do this by taking the N times T root of both sides. And after we do this, we have the N times T root of A divided by P equals 1 plus R over N. Next, we subtract 1 from both sides to get the N times T root of A divided by P minus 1 equals R over N. Next, we multiply both sides by N. And this gives us the formula N times the quantity, the N times T root of A divided by P minus 1 equals R. And we have our formula to solve for the yearly interest rate. One note, the N times T root of a number may be a little confusing. So real quick, as an example, let's say that we want to find the fifth root of 42. What this is asking is what number times itself 5 times will equal 42. To find this number, you'll need an advanced calculator, or you can do it in Excel. To do it in Excel, the way it is written is equal sign, the number under the radical sign, this caret sign, which is shift 6, open parentheses, the number 1, forward slash, the number of the root, which is called the index, and then close parentheses. In our example of the fifth root of 42, it would be 42, caret symbol, open parentheses, the number 1, forward slash, 5, close parentheses. And the answer is 2.112 rounded off. So if we multiply 2.112 times itself 5 times, we should get an answer of 42. And as you can see on the screen, this is correct. I did get slightly more, but that was because I rounded off 2.112. All right, now back to solving for the yearly interest rate. Let's say that someone invests $1,000 in an account for 3 years. The interest is compounded monthly. At the end of the 3 years, the total amount in the account is $1,161.47. So what was the yearly interest rate? Looking at our variables, A is the total compounded amount at the end of the 3 years. So this is $1,161.47. The principal was $1,000. N is the number of compounds per year, which is 12 because it's compounded monthly. And T, the number of years, is 3. So now we can plug into the formula. We have R, or yearly interest rate, equals 12 times the quantity, 12 times 3 root of $1,161.47 divided by $1,000 minus 1. We know that 12 times 3 equals 36, and $1,161.47 divided by $1,000 calculates to 1.16147 rounded off, and the dollar sign cancels out. Now we have 12 times the 36th root of 1.16147 minus 1 equals R. Next, to find the 36th root of 1.16147, we will use Excel. The text for this in Excel is equal sign 1.16147, caret symbol, or shift 6, open parentheses, the number 1, forward slash, 36, close parentheses. And this calculates to 1.004167 rounded off. So now we have 12 times the quantity, 1.004167 minus 1 equals R. And 1.004167 minus 1 equals 0.004167. And now we have 12 times 0.004167, which equals 0.04999, or 0.05. It didn't come out to exactly 5 because of rounding throughout the problem, but R does equal 0.05. To convert 0.05 to a percent, we move the decimal 2 places to the right and attach a percent sign to get 5%. And the yearly interest rate is 5% on this account. And that is how you solve for rate in a compound interest problem. All right, my friends, hopefully you got something out of this video. I do have more videos right there for you. Till next time, I am out of here.